Welcome to Tush Twins, heard on MalcolmPresents.com. I always say it's a new streaming service that takes you
It's an old
into.
streaming service.
It's an old streaming service. It's old people doing a new streaming service.
Excuse
Bringing
me, I'm not old. I refuse.
bringing you shows that the broadcast or other stations would never put on because it's too controversial.
Right. This is about as
Yeah, okay.
controversial as you're going to get is with the Tush Twins. I mean, we're controversy with a
Any
capital.
welcome, Max.
Hello.
Welcome, Paula.
How you
And
doing?
Hello.
Take it over, Max, because I got to rest for a half hour. Let you two let you two girls talk.
You better chime in because we're talking about different things today, and you got to chime in on the Brooklyn things we're doing. So I'll do an introduction because that's just what I do. So
What do I know about Brooklyn?
I don't know, not much. You're wearing a shirt that says Brooklyn. Ooh, Brooklyn. So move over. Lucy and Ethel and Laverne and Shirley and Betty and Wilma and Tina and Amy and all those incredible people out there who are women of strength and funniness. That's us. And because right now, here comes the Tush Twins with tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond. Maxine Faith, moi. And Paula Rose, aka Rusty, aka the redhead, will bring you
Bunny Rusty.
Bunny Rusty, Rusty, and we go through our 60+ years of friendship and with levity and drama and joy and unabashed plutonic love.
And we have a special Tush twin we adopted, Malcolm.
Right. He's the third Tush. He's the boy Tush. The boy Tush instead of the boy chick, the boy Tush.
The boy Tush. Right.
So
I'm the boy chick and you're the girl chicks.
Right, we're the girl chicks, you're the boy chicks. We're the chicks with the Tush. So we've been, we know each other so long and so well that our atomic particles have been joined at the Tush. The Tush. So here we are. We hope you enjoy our tales. And it could be bunny tales. It could be tails. And the pun is intended. So there you go.
And what do we start out covering today?
Before we start, I have something to say. I'd like to say something really quickly.
You're pregnant?
It's sad news that Tina Turner passed away.
I know.
I heard that.
A very sad thing.
I didn't want to.
No, I just want to acknowledge
I just
pioneer in our business.
I saw her. I was down in Florida with
I remember
Phil,
when you
Phil
went.
and Abby and the kids, Noah and Josh, when they were babies, and I was the babysit. I was supposed to be babysitting, but they let me. They got someone and they let me out to see my cousins, and we went to the motel strip, the biggest motel. I forgot the name. It's a hotel motel. And Ike and Tina Turner were performing. And we stayed. They wouldn't let us in. We were too young. We couldn't drink. We couldn't go in. But through the door, we got to hear some of Tina Turner. And holy crap.
Wasn't she amazing?
It just went through you. You knew, and this was like maybe 1970-ish. Around 71. Amazing.
69, 70, I think it was.
I think it was, the kids, they were like almost 2. So yeah. Anyway, it was something I'll never forget. And I never will forget her. And she was a pioneer in so many ways. And she will be missed like so many. And yeah.
One year after she did the book, she did the book about her life with
Ike.
It wasn't good.
I had a lunch with Ike. I had somebody set him up, and he wanted to do a book and a film, and he wanted to do a book called The Flip Side.
Oh, interesting.
And the thing was, he had been, I think, just out of jail. I think he was busted for coke or something. But he drove me, and he had this big Cadillac. I was nervous because he was on edge. He was God. Obviously was. I don't think he was on coke, but it seemed like that.
You never know.
You never know with some of these people, it's just on a good note, it's it's Bob Dylan's birthday today, and
How old is
Bob
Bobby?
is a couple of years older than you, kiddo. So that makes him 22.
22.
And
And then during the past week, Jimmy Brown died. Jim Brown.
Okay, we're getting off death. I was bringing in a birthday for a reason. I want to hear some good stuff because it's Memorial Day, which is coming up, which is also about death.
We're doing a show in memorial.
You know, it's the unofficial actually kickoff of the summer. But
you
it's
can start wearing white.
Right, you can start wearing white. You can wear green, yellow, pink with it.
Well,
Like
that was the day that was the official opening of Coney Island.
Right.
Yes,
I mean,
it
I mean, yeah, Memorial Day. I mean, the holiday is to celebrate and the war, those who gave their lives in war for our
World
country.
War One.
World War. It dates back before. It dates back to Civil War actually. The Confederate, they had 20,000 bodies that are in Arlington Cemetery from the Civil War.
Yeah, I think that's when we lost the most American soldiers during the Civil War because we fought each other.
Right, exactly. And I hate to say it, but we're like
doing it now. It seems
we're teetering on it. So, but anyway,
never mind.
But that's the holiday, and that's the importance of it, and we need to respect the families and those who passed, giving their lives for freedom, for freedom,
and for our country.
Right. So, at this point, Memorial Day, when we went spending it, because it was the unofficial kickoff, right?
Yeah.
So, what do? You barbecue. You go to the beach. You go to the pool. You do stuff that's fun. We'd go to Bay 5 or 6. Was it 5 or 6?
No, it was Bay 5 left of the lifeguard.
Bay 5 left of the lifeguard.
The lifeguard.
And those cute lifeguards, when we were teenagers, we wanted to be near the lifeguard. Oh, yeah, little hunks, no problemo.
No wonder why we never met. When I went to, I would go to Bay 2 or Bay 3 because that was right off of.
We were on Brighton 2nd Street.
I think that was right off. Was that Coney Island Avenue?
Yes, so Coney Island Avenue, not far from the baths where we used to kind of sneak in sometimes.
Well, no, we were members, but we had our friends sneak in.
Yeah,
we would get our hands stamped,
and then we would go, and then we would go like that,
this, and they would go under the
somehow it worked out. Those
always did.
It didn't work well then. I mean, it worked well then. I don't think today. Now,
I don't think they do that anymore today.
No, anywhere now you get these bracelets,
wristbands,
right, wristbands. So but now I heard today that the beaches in New York City, there's a crisis not having enough lifeguards on all the beaches.
They haven't had them in a few years.
It's like at a crucial point. I mean, how do we get how do we get lifeguards?
I could apply for a job as a lifeguard?
Probably. We need the people
to be a lifeguard. I want to save
I can swim. But actually, to say lifeguards, these guys were the ones I don't remember the ones in New York, but in LA, they are such strong swimmers. And they practice because I think like once a month or so they practice. And you see them going into the water, and they do the.
Well,
Baywatch. Have to have a lot of respect for them.
Baywatch, they do that in New York. It's just they can't get anyone to be lifeguards anymore. No one's going in the water. I don't know.
Well, the pay is
good. No, well, not only that, I think the pandemic kind of put a blot on a lot of things, including that. I mean, normally
a lot of sharks lately. Someone just got bitten in Long Island and one in New Jersey.
Long Island, where?
It was, I'm not sure exactly, but there were already shark attacks. And one was a great white shark recently.
That's exciting. Just can't wait for that, because the water's getting warmer also. So
they're coming in, yeah.
Yep.
Scary.
But anyway, around this time of year, we know it's getting close to summer. When we were kids in school, we couldn't wait to get the hell out of school, right? We was like,
Oh my God, yes.
it was like you would look at the clocks, you would look at you would do anything, and it's May and June is hot, right? You're in school and you're
Mhm.
hot, and you just
No, no
looking out
more
the
pencils,
window,
no more books, no more
right?
teachers'
No
dirty
teachers'
looks.
Right.
dirty
Kick the
looks.
table, kick the chair, kick the
Kick the
principal
teacher
down
in
the
the rear.
stairs. Either one.
How,
So
how come we could remember that?
I don't know. I just
Not
don't
me. I
know.
don't remember. I was such a good kid. I never
Yeah.
remember anything. I never did anything wrong.
Yeah,
You know,
perfect.
I
Oh.
but it was funny. I remember that the summer and the school year were in my mind were the same length. Half a year you were in
Mm.
school, and half a year you had vacation.
But
And
that's
then I
not
remember
true.
when I
That's
first
not true.
realized that the summer
It's
was
only
12
2 months.
weeks.
Right. And
That's
school
It
all
was
was
a
it
12
lot
weeks.
was.
more.
Oh my God, it's only
Yeah.
12 weeks, and I have to have 48 weeks.
Right, whatever.
Of
Well, it was
Yeah,
school.
only 9 weeks.
you
But
know.
don't forget, though, in September we had the extra holidays, so we had time
Well,
off.
right.
But I was allowed to read comic books. I was not allowed to have comic books in my house during the year. So the day school ended, I would read as many
You get the
comic books as I
Archies. What
could.
would you get?
Batman, Superman. The
The
Archies were,
Archie? You didn't get the
nah,
Archie?
Yeah,
Really?
I
the
like
art,
Batman,
the
Superman,
Archies and that
Spider-Man.
were girly.
Sugar,
You have to have
honey,
Superman and Batman.
honey, you were my candy girl. That was the Archies. And you
Yes.
got me.
Ron Dante. Hey,
Ron
Ron.
Dante. Ron, yeah, it was Phil and Mitch knew Ron. He was on the tour
Hmm.
with them for a couple of times.
Very nice man.
A very good guy. He was a
Hmm.
gentleman. He is a
Yes, he was.
he is
Yes,
a
he is.
gentleman.
Yes, he
Uh,
is.
he is. So
Is.
not only that, so we, Memorial Day, we would also, so we'd go to the beach, and then we'd probably walk down the boardwalk to Nathan's for a doggy. And then possibly next door was Williams Candy Shop. That was pretty cool. We'd get caramel corn. Phil loved popcorn. And I don't know if Miss Redhead is stuck again. I have her. Do you see her stuck?
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm not getting.
No, she has
I'm
to
not.
reconnect.
She's not answering. We've got some technical difficulties.
Well, it's gonna be me and you, babe.
I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on here. She's off. She
She's
went
off.
the
Give her a
she, she
call.
she went off. She has to reconnect.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. She's
is she
signing in.
connecting? What is going on there?
She just signed in.
All right. I don't know. We've got to deal with
There
what
she
is
is.
going on? Did you go on your phone now? It's connecting to audio. She's
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
okay.
You went on your phone?
Did you switch?
Phone.
Yeah, I
switched
see.
to my phone.
Yeah, I see the computer was doing weird stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, don't you just love technology?
Yeah. Paula, we're gonna send the. Are you gonna be home this afternoon? I'm gonna send the tech guy over.
Oh my God. But I'm having so much trouble.
Well, you live in the six.
Getting up to my
computer
It's a signal because
internet?
you're
No.
you,
No.
I
No,
warned.
no, and I
Don't
say no.
don't say I didn't warn you, because I did. Because
Well,
I have
think
them,
they all stink,
and
and it's
they're
bad,
all,
and I shouldn't be here. Okay, let's go back to our show.
you're gonna sell. You're gonna have to sell the house
yeah, no.
and move into an area that's inhabitable.
Oh, you know what? Sounds good to me.
So
Put
anyway,
Dennis on the phone.
we were talking about birthdays, right? Bob Dylan's birthday's
We
today,
were?
but we
Yes.
used to ride our bikes
Yes, we
along
do.
the Harps to go to the Verrazano Bridge. We
Yes,
would
we
go
do.
on that path, go past Coney Island. We would go on the Cyclone also, by the way. We try
Always.
to get there on Memorial Day or any other day we can get there. Especially when there was the school strike, we spoke about that. But anyway, we would
Mhm.
also like to take bike rides in the summer, especially to the Brooklyn Bridge, and to
Brooklyn Bridge.
go Ocean Parkway to the bridge to the city. I mean, that was a thing. So today is the 140th
Today.
birthday of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Brooklyn Bridge.
It's like an amazing bridge to this day. It's one of still the
Yes, it
major
is.
tourist
My favorite.
attraction. Yeah, in New York City. It doesn't almost matter when you go. It's always got tons of people walking across. So
Oh.
it's a must
Yeah.
it's a must see.
But during the summer, when I got to be 16, I could work legally in Coney Island. And I
Right.
got something called a
Mhm.
common show. I had to get a working papers, and it was called a common show attendant.
Yeah, I remember I have that in my notes that if you were 14 and over, you could get certain
Working papers.
working papers.
Yeah,
And
and I used to work
We got them too.
first
We
2 years.
worked
I worked at a place called Faber's Penny Arcade, the one on the boardwalk.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then
Sure.
I used to have an apron that had the change, for the quarters and the dimes and the nickels,
Yeah.
and I had the coupons.
You had coupons? You were the one who gave the coupons
Yeah,
out?
and they had a poker roll. I was the one. Remember playing those poker games? You would sit down and you'd roll the ball under the glass.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
the whole-
Oh my God.
and I also had the big stick that when the
You
ball
walked-
got stuck,
Right. You carried a big stick, walk softly, and you
yeah,
carried a
walks
big
off the
stick.
carry.
Well, at that point, I probably saw you at some point and didn't know who you were.
We were
That
there
would-
all the time.
But
We
I
were
know
used to
there.
go
I know
there.
who
We used
you
to play
were.
skee ball.
You know who I was. Okay.
The skee ball. Well, the
We
big
were in
skee
skee
ball thing was
balls.
there was one on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
The skee ball, I think, was like on 19th Street or 20th Street, and they had the big skee ball things. You ever see the big skee ball lanes that were like maybe triple the size of the average ones we see?
Really?
No, I
Yeah.
don't remember that. I just remember playing skee ball a lot.
And it was owned by a Japanese guy, Mr. Nishizaki.
Nishizaki.
Nishizaki, because his son used to work there,
Really?
who actually was going to Brooklyn Tech, I remember. And he used his kids, and he's what's his name? Son of Mishizaki. He used to
Son
call
of
himself
Mississippi. Does
Nishizaki.
he drink a lot of sake?
Does he know Mr. Miyagi?
I think so.
Wax on, wax off.
Then-
Wax on, wax off.
That's
Wax
been on
off.
TV a lot. It's still funny.
It
Still
was a
good.
good. It was a fun movie. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And they did I forgot which streaming service did an updated version of it.
Oh, did they?
The Karate Kid, yeah.
Yes, I did.
And
Disney.
I haven't got to see it, but
And by the way, I have to tell our audience we're having difficulty with Paula, so she is
she
partic-
looks like she looks like she's in the Twilight Zone.
right.
You're all over you keep freezing and
You're
then
freezing
you keep
and then you're
talking
going all over the place.
and then you're just moving around. It's special effects. I don't know.
Now the show. How am I doing now?
Now you just kind of now you're just looking loopy, I tell you. It's just
I'm still not well. I'm still not feeling great.
yeah. Well, that has nothing to do with
It had nothing to do with you gave your illness to your computer?
right.
Yes.
And the dog. She got the
And
dog,
dog.
sick, her husband sick,
And my
and the
husband's
computer
sick and the dog.
Oh, everyone. So that's why I'm glad I'm on Zoom with you right now
Yeah.
instead of seeing you up close and
Yeah,
personal.
you look. I hate to say this. You look like someone that's in a cage that's doing their antics.
It's yeah, something's crazy in New Jersey right now.
Yeah, but Max, we'll keep on to the reality and talk.
No, it's also thundering here. So
It's thundering. Is that what happens to?
Well, that might be the atmospheric conditions with the Zoom.
maybe it just heard some thunder.
Because
Really?
I never could understand it. Like sometimes you make a cell call,
Yeah.
and you get a big echo and you can't hear the other person. Then you just do another connection.
Oh,
Right.
hear the echo.
Echo. Oh,
Oh, what a joke.
But anyway, yeah, when I got to be older, the summers I would go to the Catskills, work as a waiter.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah, we had to get working papers to work at the Shorefront Y
Yeah.
in
SCIT
Brooklyn,
as
and
counselors.
you to be a counselor, CIT, whatever, you had to get those working papers that you were talking about. But you said you
Mhm.
needed to be 16, Malcolm.
We
So
had to
to
be
be 16 to
14.
be Coney Island to get the common show attendant.
Oh,
Okay, we had to
but
be 13 to get
you had to
working
be, I think,
papers.
14. I think it was 14
13.
actually.
13. We're in 7th grade.
Well, I think I told you the story. There was when I was, I think, 12 or 13 years old, there was a pharmacy that was a block away from me that I got a job for. It was
Okay.
$1 a day
$1
to
a
hang
day.
out
Ooh,
there
And do what?
and deliver deliver. People would call him in, and he would deliver the
Prescriptions?
prescriptions.
Oh,
So
that's
the first
you.
uh-huh.
day I go, I sit down there. I think it was like a 9 to 4 job or something like that. I'd sit down there, and I remember Dr. Fishbein and Mr. Fishbein said, why are you sitting down doing nothing? Why don't you, dust the shelves?" So I dust the
Okay.
shelves. And then after I finished dusting, I said, "Oh, we need to fill in on, rack 2." And then I fill in. And then I had a delivery. Then I came back. It was 12 o'clock. It was lunch. I come, I come back after lunch. I said, Mr. Fishbein, you're giving me $1 a day to deliver, not to work in the store.
Oh
And
boy.
what he
Not to do it.
said,
And he said,
What
"You're
did
fired. That's it. Go."
he
And I
told you to
said,
get out of
"Okay,
there?
yeah." So I said, "Okay, you owe me 50 cents." And
And
then
what
I
did he
think
say to
he
that?
turned red, but he gave me the 50 cents.
Oh
good.
God. Good. You gotta stand up for your
Yeah.
rights. Get
Stand
up,
up,
stand up,
stand
Yeah.
up,
stand
stand
up
up
for your
for
rights.
your
Right.
rights.
So
And then when I was 14, which I could legally work, I got a job in the pharmacy at a drugstore. It was a drugstore and sort of a soda fountain
Mhm.
downstairs in my building. And it was like 3 hours a night, 3 nights a
really?
week, but it was $1 an hour. I hit the big time.
Oh man, you were rich then. You got
I
that.
used to
That's definite cash.
And you know what my drawer was full of at the end of the first month?
what?
Condoms.
I was
Oh,
gonna say that, but I was holding back, Malcolm.
No,
You
because it was
dirty old man. You
I don't want
dirty
to
yeah.
hear
young
that.
man.
But when I don't know why I needed them for, but
Yeah. Just to
the guy,
say you had them.
yeah, the guy, the guys from the building, though, the married men, they'd come in, they see me behind the counter, and they say, "Is Bob in? I'd like to speak to him."
Right.
And the pharmacy would come out, and they would say, "Malcolm, go do this," and I'd see him reach under the cash register to get
Get
the condoms
That's right.
to give to them, and
Well, at least they were practicing safe
yeah.
sex.
And
So,
God.
that was
okay.
funny also when I was behind the register, and a teenage girl would walk in. And she'd walk in and see me in front of, at the register. She'd turn around and walk out.
Because she wanted some feminine products,
Right.
probably.
And she was embarrassed.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there are a number of countries in Europe have made it free for feminine products now. You can just get them for
Good,
free.
good.
Well, Sid Mandelbaum was, they used to do a show with, he,
Right. He
he
did.
was trying to supply them for the,
Right.
for
I
the
remember.
high
Yeah.
schools,
Yeah. That was
junior high
one of,
schools.
that was one. Yeah. Yeah. Let him try that in Florida now. See what
Oh, yeah, you
happens.
get arrested.
You go to Texas, yeah, you'll put you in jail.
For
Uh,
Florida? Oh, without a doubt. Well, I don't want to get into that right now, please. Thank you.
you're
Okay.
welcome anytime.
Well,
So
but talking about the
anyway,
Brooklyn Bridge,
well,
Tell
did
me
you
about
know that
back.
Roebling, here's a fact, that Roebling, who designed it and was the
He was
manager,
the architect.
architect, he got his toes um, cut
Stuck.
off. He's stuck between the pilings of a ferry, and he ended up with tetanus and died a month later.
Yeah.
So
Right.
his son became the architect and head of the project.
Right.
And
And
did you know that he got what they call that underwater sickness? The
the
bends.
The
Benz
Benz.
Yeah, so he couldn't. He had to work from home. He was the first one to work from home.
remote, huh?
His wife Emily, is one of the first women to run a major project.
Right.
She actually
Right.
ran that project for the
Pretty
Brooklyn
much.
Bridge. My
Wow.
hat and my hand goes up to Emily Roebling.
Right.
Woo,
Right.
woo,
And yeah, I the Roebling building in Williamsburg, was
Yes.
another, they had it's their building, they put up that building. And I did B-Box Radio. We had a little studio there for a couple of years, and I would get to go in, and then there's the Roebling tea room in that building, and you can get a proper tea. You can
A
get a proper tea.
property.
You can get a proper tea. I don't know if they're still doing proper teas there, but it was really kind of cool to do that. And
I have a proper coffee, not a tea.
I take a proper cup of coffee in a
But
proper
I don't know
Proper
if you know, if you guys know the answer. Why did it become a thing that they said, oh, you could sell the Brooklyn Bridge to him? I know there was a whole gag about people selling the
Yeah,
Brooklyn
you
Bridge
can,
to
yeah,
out of towners.
if you
Oh,
believe that,
really?
I have a
Somebody
bridge to
did?
sell
Yeah,
you.
I have a bridge in Brooklyn.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what the origin is of that. I mean, the it's such a famous bridge. Maybe it's like one of the most famous bridges in the world.
Yeah,
And people,
because people would jump off it,
oh, great.
commit
Yeah, that's
suicide.
true too.
Excuse me, I
Wait,
have
why
this
do
bridge. Would
why are
anyone
you
like to buy
bringing
it?
in all this dead stuff today? I don't know, Malcolm. It's like, what's going on with you?
Excuse me, I have a bridge to sell. Anyone
Right.
interested?
Right. I have a bridge to sell, but
I'll give you a
but now,
discount on the Manhattan Bridge.
well, now there's the Williamsburg, the Manhattan, and the Brooklyn Bridge. They're all together. They're
And
all
Williamsburg.
lined up there
Yeah,
in Brooklyn Bridge
Well,
Park
then you have the
now.
Verrazano and the Washington
Right.
Bridge.
Yes. The most. What
Verrazano.
is the most traveled bridge in the United States?
The Washington?
Yep. GW is the most
Mhm.
traveled bridge of any bridge in the country. Period. Hands down.
Well, but
So,
I know when I was living there, they had two levels. Did they add a third
yeah.
They
level to
do.
that?
Yes,
No,
they
they
do.
have two levels. The second level was the engineer who said, if you're building this bridge, you have to have a second level because there's going to be more traffic. That's someone who knew how to plan. That's someone who had a brain, because said, that would not necessarily be done today
Mhm.
because they're just not thinking
No,
past
most people don't
past
have brains. Is that what you're
past
saying?
no, but they don't think past a year or 5 or 10 years. They just don't. This is dumb, but what do you do? What can I say?
By the way, have you ever walked over the Brooklyn Bridge?
Absolutely.
I
I've
haven't.
I've
Yes,
walked
I
over it
have
several
one.
times.
I have.
And I've walked over it. I've driven my bike over it. And I would say I don't when I
Mhm.
growing up in Brooklyn, it had to be about 3 times, I'd say. Not a lot, but about 3 times. It was our parents didn't really like us to go over the bridge into the
Our
city.
parents didn't like us to do much of anything, Max. Let me ask you, did we do it? Yeah.
Or did it stop you?
No, same
No.
thing today. It doesn't, doesn't
Doesn't
When your
stop
stop
us
parents
anything.
tell
there.
today, your parents tell you not to do something, you
And that's
still
usually
do it.
when you do something, right? It's like the
Not go to
worst thing to
Coney
say
Island?
is don't do it. Right. Don't go to Coney Island during the school strike. What did we do?
Go
Went to
straight
Coney
there.
Island, straight to
I go to
this.
your house. Melanie would meet us there.
Right.
Cheryl,
Yep.
Randy, we all meet with our bicycles and just go
Yep.
on the boardwalk.
Right. Or
Well,
we
there was
go
a
up.
picture. I'm a member of the original Coney Island Kids and
Mhm.
graduates of Lincoln, and every day I get some sort of picture of Coney Island in the heydays. And there was one picture I saw of Nathan's, and that whole corner was just full of people. You didn't see any places to stand there, and I
Really?
remember
No, because
those.
they're all waiting online for their hot dogs, French fries, each section. I'd be by
Yeah.
the hamburgers or the chicken chow mein sandwiches.
Chicken
Yeah,
chow mein.
We have to do that though. We have to make this summer. We're gonna have to do a chicken chow mein lunch.
Well, you have to
I
bring
make
him.
I make good chicken chow mein.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do it. Got to get the buns and the crispy noodles,
I'll
right?
get it.
Get that.
Excuse
I'll
me,
get it.
and the
Good summer.
onions.
The onions,
I got it all.
the extra MSG in it. So, I don't know.
That's great.
I don't know. Why did we like that? It's so weird. Who puts chow
But
mein on a
that's just
bun?
soy sauce
On the bun.
because we're in cuckoo. We're
We're
cuckoo
cuckoo.
If
butts.
you're Coney
cool.
Island and you're Jewish.
Or Cuckoo Land. Yeah, but who that still wasn't done by any Jewish guy at Nathan's. Chow mein on a bun was one of the managers did it.
Nathan Handworker. That was a guy who
He didn't
started
do it though.
Nathan's.
No, it wasn't him. It was one of the managers of the whole area, and somehow he got this in his brain to try. I mean, there's a history of it. We can talk about it on another show. I'll
We should
find
do
it.
we could do a whole history one time on the history of Nathan's.
We can do Nathan's.
I could do that.
We can do all sorts of things.
Do you remember
So-
the back room in Nathan's?
Yeah,
The restaurant? Remember
Yeah.
my parents used to take us there?
through the alley.
Right.
Yep.
Back.
That was past where you would get the lemonade, because lemonade used to be separate, and they would have beer also.
And,
Yes, I was-
and they had the hot dog stand right there also.
Yeah,
Not the hot dog, excuse me, the corn.
right.
Corn
The corn,
stand and the,
right? The corn,
watermelon.
and then next to it was the sweet shop, Williams Candy Shop, and
Yes, it
and that
was.
was they had the marshmallows, chocolate, and dipped in others. They had all candied
Mm.
marshmallows,
And then
And-
and they had that big place for the scooters.
and right. They had
Oh my-
you got hit pretty
Bumper cars.
Bumper cars
cars.
were they would just boom, man, right in, just right
Oh,
in.
I love them.
So
Yeah,
right,
I
right.
used to love bumpy, but then I was someplace when I was in my 50s or 60s, and I rode the bumper car, and no thing, someone hit me
No.
and my back gave out.
No, I wouldn't do that
Oh.
now. That would be a
It's-
mistake.
If it's now, I would go. It's oi the whiplash.
Yeah,
My
I
neck
would
hurts.
I would do, the coasters, but I would not do bumper cars.
Quick question. Why were we allowed to play pinball in Brooklyn? You could only go to Asbury Park.
Why? There was no pinball?
I have no idea. There was no pinball. Remember, we used to have to go at 11 o'clock at night. We'd end up in Asbury Park with Les and idiot. We go play.
Well,
Less an idiot. Okay.
The pinball machines, the rental of the pinball machines was controlled
Probably controlled by
Well,
who
they
we know
weren't
who.
allowed in
by the
Brooklyn.
mafia.
It was the mob.
So-
Yeah.
Somehow,
Okay, because they were not allowed in New York unless and the idiot wanted to play pinball. And we'd get in the car and drive 2 hours down to Asbury Park.
we've done it. We would go to sometimes Atlantic City. We'd go
Mhm.
dancing at the danceteria. We'd go to
Danceteria.
not CBGB's. What was the other club? There was another dance club we'd go to.
CBG, I remember
Right.
CBGBs.
I said the Mud
CBGBs.
Club.
I think we
The
talked
Mud
about
Club.
that. Yeah.
That was it. It was the
C-
Mud
C-
Club.
That was my
CBGBs
Right.
played music so loud that
Yeah.
my
I
ears
love
hurt.
that place.
What?
But my
That was
ears
one of my
would hurt.
favorite places. What?
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 That was one of my
What?
favorite places.
Anyway, guys, our time is up.
CBGBs.
That's why you
Shalom.
would listen to the Ramones and they would sing I want to be sedated, and you'd need to because your eardrums
You
would be
need to.
going.
Good.
The eardrums
Anyway,
would be going
guys.
away.
Well,
Well, I don't know
Everybody-
how this is coming out, Malcolm. We'll find out. This
Well,
is a
yeah.
weird one.
Max, you don't listen to the shows anyway, so what difference does it make to you?
But other people do. So
Well, if I get complaint letters, I'm going to send them to you or emails.
yeah. Well, we had
And it-
technical difficulties, so
complaints from Malcolm, and I have no idea who he is. If there's a complaint, if it's good, it's all about us.
right. It's all about us.
And Paula, move.
Okay. Come back to the city. Anyway.
Bye, guys. Happy Memorial
No.
Day. Don't drink too much.
Happy Memorial
Happy
Day.
Don't
No, you
drink too
can't.
much.
Actually, you're not supposed to say Happy Memorial Day. I'll leave with that because
Okay,
Okay,
it's
what are you
not.
supposed to say?
You're
not a
supposed to
happy
say, it's not a happy
Happy.
occasion, but it's Memorial Day. But they turned it into something different, like pre-summer, but
Right.
it's dedicated to those who served.
Yeah.
And that's what you say.
And my blessings to all that served in all forces of the Army, Navy, Air
Mm.
Force,
Right.
Marines,
And-
Merchant
Marines.
Marines.
Right.
Thank you.
And are still,
Coast Guard. Yep.
Mhm.
and are
Oh,
still
and-
in the service now, guarding
Yep.
our countries.
Yes, and my thanks to all of you.
Yep.
And my thanks to you guys. Have a happy, don't have a
Ha-
happy Memorial Day. I don't
ha-
know.
Have a barbecue.
I'll
I don't
see.
even know
We
where.
can't have a bar. Watch our
I-
Courtney on health. We don't
That's
endorse
right. It could be
barbecues.
charred meat. Too charred. We can't do it.
Bye.
I think once in a while we can. All right.
I think we're going to be barred from happiness. That's our next show.
No. We're not being barred from
I'm
happiness.
having fun this weekend.
Yeah, that's all.
With your
Happy
gummy
wine,
bears.
everyone.
Bye.
Yes, we're gonna have the
Shalom.
gummy bears. Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.
Maine. Bye.
Bye.